in place, yep. And of course the weatherman 14 degrees, not a chance today, not a chance. But I knew that. Monday, August the 17th, and believe me, I'm absolutely elated because Dustin Chapman, coming out of North Carolina, is joining me live. Now, you know Dustin, but first of all, let me do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and for those of you that are joining us on Facebook Live, I've got to thank you so much. If you're going to be watching this later on YouTube, you know what to do, right? Yeah, hit the subscribe thing, yep, smash that likey button and tickle the bell as well for notifications. You'll understand, you really, really will, because believe me, today I'm absolutely elated. I am. Dustin Chapman is joining us, and well, if you should know about Dustin by now, because believe me, I can't seem to get through a breakfast show without playing Dustin Chapman. So, let's kick it off. Here's Baby, right here at Galaxy. You'll get a copy of everything we do, my friend, and I feel sorry for you. Literally, we'll convert the video over to YouTube so that you can get a copy of that. Barbara will make a movie as well. I gather you're familiar with Not Enough?
With who?
Not Enough. Friended you on Facebook, apparently.
Yes.
Okay, well, you'll probably get a few of her photos as well.
Right.
She's my on-air voice. She's the voice in my head. Yeah, the crazy thing, Dustin, is that she's actually married to me. She's my wife.
Alright.
To trump that, she gets paid to do it. Weird. Absolutely weird. You don't have to be crazy to work here, but it helps. Well, it helps me anyway. It makes me feel normal.
Are you normal?
No, I'm as far removed from normal as you can get.
Someone's normal. And do you know what? The normal is me.
Oh, is that right? That right? You're my breakfast co-host, and you. Yeah, no, don't believe that for a minute. Believe me, that's not accurate. She works with me. Think about that. You've just got to be some kind of sick, you really do. Yeah. Dustin, believe me, I really, really have grown to be a big fan, and I mentioned while we opened up this show that I don't seem to be able to get through a breakfast show without playing at least one or two of your songs.
Wow.
I really don't. Now,
Thank you so much.
we started playing your music without saying anything. We just drop it in there, you know what I mean? Dip the toe in the water, see how it goes, and we got a huge response almost instantaneously. Now that doesn't happen. That really doesn't happen. And well, I've got to be honest with you, our receptionist, she's gone from the point of writing down the request to putting it onto a USB device and handing it to me and saying, here, listen, you deal with it. Now, a breakfast show is primarily set up to the amount of requests people want for songs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it can change drastically. But, as I said, there you are, at least twice, maybe 3 times in 4 hours.
Wow.
And that's incredible, it really is. It doesn't happen here. Anyway.
I'm telling you, as an independent artist, you know, like just seeing the traction, especially slow dance has been getting, it's been really cool. So
nice. Well, I'll give you stats and everything as we go, and fan questions. Have you got a stiff drink?
No.
You might need one.
Oh goodness.
Oh goodness. Yes. Goodness.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. It is 13 after 11 o'clock, 23 degrees downtown. You know, the weatherman said 14 degrees today, didn't stand a chance. I knew that. Barbara said 19, had to go 20. Had to. Absolutely had to. Monday, August 17th, and well, I'm absolutely elated. I really, really am. To be joined, coming out of North Carolina, with Dustin Chapman. Now, Dustin, just a wee while ago, there was a big earthquake in North Carolina, wasn't there, Taylorville?
There was.
Nowhere near you?
No, thankfully not. It was on the other side of the state, so we were good down here.
Nice, nice. Now, at the same time, we know so many people from North Carolina. You got to be honest with you. We absolutely love the style of the music that comes out of that region. We really, really do. And one to mention is actually the queen of country music here at Galaxy, coming out of North Carolina, Michelle Lee. 8-time, I think she's going to be 9, 10 and 11-time Josie Award winner. And believe me, by the way, she's also with the friend of mine that I'm going to talk to you about.
Okay. Sweet.
So believe me, there's some big people, big names, absolutely involved with this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, consider it. Think about it as we go through. In the meantime, absolutely elated to meet you, my friend. And I got to be honest with you, when we first started playing your music, we didn't say anything to anybody. We just played it. And all of a sudden, it just blew up our internet. It really, really did. And so we started today's show, Dustin Chapman, Baby. Tell me all about it. How did you come to the lyrics of that?
Yeah, well, you know, I was in my senior year of college, and my best friend, who's Angel Pius, who is featured in that track, we were at his house because there was a hurricane coming and we had to get off campus. So we stayed at his house for a couple of days, and we were just so bored. And he said, you know, let's write a song. So he said, what about something like called Baby or something like that? And I was like, all right. So we ran with it, and he's a crazy instrumentalist, so he came up with all the instrumental parts, and I came up with all the lyrics and vocal melodies and stuff. So it was super cool how it came together.
That is very, very cool. Now, you've been singing for a little while now.
Yeah.
But I also want to talk about the, well, it says here, of course, a life steeped in sound and obstacles. I want to talk about a couple of these obstacles as we go through, if you know what I mean, because our fans want to know. But first of all, and I don't really like calling them our fans, it's more our audience. And believe me, we got a few online right now. I'm being told just online is 5,736,000 tuned in for this particular interview, and I congratulate you. I really, really do, because believe me, everyone loves Dustin Chapman. So, fan question is, are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? As a fan, can we get hold of you that way, and do you respond?
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook. Dustin Chapman Music is my page, so just search that up. It comes right up. Twitter and Instagram is Dustin Sings 97, and anytime I get a message, I try my best to respond as soon as I can. So.
I feel sorry for you, my friend, because now you're going to get another 5,000 Facebook fans. You're just going to be texting all day.
Hey, I mean, bring it on, bring it on.
Well, it's a surreal time right now, so maybe you might be able to find the time in between writing, singing, and recording to be able to answer a few, right? I never do. I don't. I have people for that. Believe me, I never find the time, to be honest with you. And if you do get a reply from me, well, maybe it might not be from me. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
It's a busy life over here. It really, really is. Now, having said that, I want to talk to you about a number of the obstacles you've had in your way. Now, because I find this rather intriguing. I've never, ever heard of this particular deal before, so I want you to fill me in about the sickness that you've been dealing with swallowing and stuff.
Yeah, so I have a super rare esophageal disease called achalasia. It's basically where your esophagus quits working, so it only affects 1 in 100,000 people. So you can try to drink, you can try to eat, but it just doesn't go down properly. And I've spent months and months in hospitals all around the United States, and I had several surgeries. The longest one being 13 hours when I was 18, and that's when they diagnosed me with that disease. But basically, there's no cure. So the surgeries give you temporary relief, but there's nothing permanent. So I've been, just going through different battles with it right now. It's pretty bad, but I'm still blessed. They say it can take my voice away. Thankfully, it hasn't harmed my vocals at all, which I truly think as long as I'm using it, it's gonna be there for me, and I think God has His hand on that. So that's where I'm at with it.
Well, Dustin, I got to be honest with you. You've made a huge hit here, so I fully agree with what you're saying there. I really, really do. But I sympathise with the condition you're under. But you're really attacking this at an adult level. You really, really are. You're looking at it very, very wisely. I got to admit. But you would have to. I also look at it from that point of view. But to be able to do what you do right now, suffering from the condition that you're suffering from, I think that's an extraordinary feat. I really, really do. Now, I kind of feel that you're going to be huge in the music industry. I really do.
Wow, but you just gave me chills right there. Thank you so much.
Well, you never know. We might have something to do with it yet, to be honest with you. But believe me, you're a multi-award winner in a number of levels. You really, really are. And yesterday, and I really want to talk to you about this, and we do have Plus One coming up, but yesterday you won an award, and I'm very, very impressed with that, not only to be able to be for timing, literally, just hours ago, this man won an amazing award. He really does. And I'm not going to go too deep into it just yet, because we do have Plus One coming up, if you know what I mean. But a good friend of mine, and Galaxy family member as well, he got bronze in the same deal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Chris Andreas, and believe me, he's a good old mate of ours. He really, really is. He came out with a number of songs over the last couple of years that we've known him. He's also appeared on a CD that we've released coming out of Canada, and believe me, absolutely stunning there. But he's also brought out his own solo stuff, and well, he ended up 2 spots behind you, my friend. So I got to congratulate you. It's not easy. It's not easy beating out Chris Andreas. It really isn't.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
And I kind of feel that you are going to be the future of country music. I really, really do. And believe me, I think there's a huge, huge career ahead of you. You're very, very talented. Singer-songwriter, absolutely stunning. Now, at the same time, what made you want to get into music, singing and songwriting?
Well, singing, I joined choir when I was in middle school, and I got the bug for it, for singing. There's nothing like it for me, being on stage and getting that reaction. And I was never a sports person, never really into all of that, so music was my thing. So I got into that, and then I decided I was going to major in it in college. So I majored in popular music and worship arts and music business. I triple majored, and that's when the songwriting came into play. And it really came into play when I found out about my disease that I was telling you about earlier. It really helped me put what I was feeling into words that other people could relate to. So that's really, songwriting's a blessing for me, it really is. So.
Well, I think you've lucked out, I really, really do, because right now you are going through the roof here for requests here at Galaxy 107 FM, and at the same time, I think you are going to be leading the way down the track, I really do. So, good segue, by the way, Lead the Way, tell me all about it. How did you come to the lyrics of that?
Yeah, well, basically I was super sick one night. 3 o'clock in the morning in my dorm room, I woke up and I said, I felt it really strongly that I needed to get to the piano and sit down. And the first words of that song say, "Give me the words, because I can't do it on my own." And it's basically saying, I don't understand this path that I've been taken down with this illness or what I'm going through, but you do. And I believe that you have a plan through all of this, and I've been able to use my testimony to inspire others. And That's where that song came from. It says, "Lead the way, and I'll walk by faith." So that's what I'm doing throughout everything that I'm going through. Just using what I'm doing to bless and inspire others with my music. So.
You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, joined live by Dustin Chapman. Lead the way. How you feeling, Dustin? You okay?
Yes, sir.
Nice, nice. And believe me, we all are huge fans here at Galaxy. We really are, and there's a number of us. There really is. So you've impressed everybody, my friend, and that doesn't happen often.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And that's on your music talents. You know what I mean? That's not. Nobody knew about any of this.
Right.
Believe me, it wasn't until the meeting this morning that I actually got the bio on you. But you see, as an engineer, and I've got to be honest, Barbara gets between 30 and 50 bands a day, right? Mm-hmm. Then on top of that, she goes hunting and finds bands herself. You know what I don't know how the hell she does it, but she does.
Right.
And then she works it out. You see, we only have a certain amount of time in a week to be able to do these interviews. And believe me, with the amount of listeners that we have, we just choose the best. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're all about quality.
Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
It is more than our pleasure. It really, really is. And, you know, the thing is, as I said to you, the whole staff love you. We all see that you're going to go places in this business. We really, really do. I mean, you're going to be a red carpeter in no time, bro.
Hey, it's a dream, but, you know, as long as I'm able to continue making music, that's all. That's what I'm passionate about. You know, the other stuff, that's my dream, but as long as I can continue singing, you know, that's I'll be happy.
Well, if you don't mind, we would like to keep an eye on your career, and if there's any assistance that we can, please don't hesitate to ask. We would love to be able to be there. As I said, once you're a member of the Galaxy family, and doing the interview now makes you automatically part of the Galaxy family. If there's anything we can do, please let us know. We would love to be able to try and at least make it happen. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much.
Now, it's strange with this COVID-19 thing going on right now, and but once all of the smoke and hoopla is all over and done with, would you consider maybe coming to New Zealand and playing in front of New Zealand audiences?
That would be a dream come true. I'm telling you, I would love that.
Okay, well, let's talk about that, because I did warn you, we're kind of crazy here, right?
Oh, yeah, he's falling into the trap.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Barbara says you're falling into a trap here.
It's a web. Yeah, here we go. It's a web.
Yeah, it's a wicked web, bro, it really is.
It's a web.
We're about to go down the rabbit hole. We really are. Just keep the boss happy. I'll give her a... Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's go back to the desk.
All right, here we go.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 29 after 11 o'clock. It is 24 degrees and climbing. It's not winter, is it? It really isn't. And of course, well, Dustin doesn't understand what Celsius is. He's a Fahrenheit kind of guy, you know what I mean? I think around about the mid-80s, something like that here.
All right.
Yeah, something about that anyway. Monday, August 17th, and absolutely elated. Couldn't get me more cock a hoop. I'm joined by Dustin Chapman coming out of North Carolina. And, well, actually, I got to be honest with you, Dustin, a good friend of mine, I was talking to you about her, Michelle Lee. She sent me something the other day. I've got to show you this. It's a little something here. I'm sure you might actually start to recognise what it is. And don't worry, you're going to get the video as well.
Right.
From the Appalooshas, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a little tipple of a recipe.
There's an old photo on there.
I love it. And yeah, an old boy, much older than me, his beard was a wee bit longer, apparently cooked this up in the great yonders out there, and yeah, ended up getting through customs and ending up all the way here. And believe me, I got to thank Michelle Lee for that. I'm going to enjoy doing that on a very special occasion. I love the stuff, I really, really do. In fact, I do have a friend of mine, Jodie Medford, who sings a song about it, Moonshine as well. And have you ever seen the online or TV series Moonshiners?
I have.
Okay, well, a number of the actors on there, which are really not actors,
Right.
Josh Owens for one. Remember the guy with the little dog, Cutie Pie?
Yeah.
He's a good friend of ours and a good friend of Jodie Medford's as well. Also, Tyler Wood. I haven't seen Tyler on it for ages now, but he's been on it a number of times.
It's a country singer.
And a number of others, including Tickle.
Wow.
You
That's
know?
cool.
So, yeah, we get around. We get around. And you'll be surprised how many send us little souvenirs. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
And believe me, it's legal in New Zealand. Even if you send us the stuff, all we have to do is pay the tariff, and you're right. You know what I mean? We can make our own here, no worries. In fact, to be honest with you, we were talking to Josh Owens about bringing him over here to show us how to make an authentic recipe
Yeah, with the girls.
here in New Zealand. You know what I mean?
Hey, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and we are bringing over a number of bands and stuff once everything sort of, you know, calms down a little bit. Unfortunately, right now, we've actually gone right on back to a level 2 as of a couple of days ago, and possibly we're looking poised to go even back further, to be honest. We had it sussed, but then it sort of crept its way back into the community, and before you know it, we just don't want it to get out of hand right now, you know what I mean?
Right.
Total right now for the whole deal, 23 dead, and that's not bad, you know what I mean?
Right.
We want to keep it there. We don't want it to get any higher than that at all. But I'm sure this is not going to hang around forever and a day, and we would love to be able to get back to work and do something serious and have a few shows, have a few festivals, da-da-da-da-da. And, Dustin, would you be interested in contemplating coming to play in front of New Zealand audiences?
Definitely.
Well, I kind of warned you, we're a little crazy here. I got to be honest with you. We do some different kind of things. Are you up for a challenge or two?
Yeah, let's do it.
I like this, I really do. Okay, Dustin, have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
A hoo-hoo what?
Grub.
I have not.
Okay, well, believe me, we'll get Barbara to send you the instructional videos, you know what I mean, of pretty much everything we're going to talk about. But the hoo-hoo grub, you're familiar with a caterpillar, right?
Yes.
All right, this is a caterpillar on steroids. It's like a double-decker bus to a mini. It really, really is. It's big. It's white. You're familiar with tequila white worm?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what you do with the worm when you get to, you're the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, same sort of concept. And I did say to you earlier on, I hope you got a stiff drink, right? Because believe me, you're going to need one for this one alone. You really, really are. And I recommend, a good beforehand, be interesting during, it really would be, and possibly afterwards just to wash it down. But believe me, what you do is you put the live body in your mouth. Now, this is a traditional Maori delicacy too. That's the indigenous folks of New Zealand, is the Maori. Okay, so we're doing something traditional. You put the live body in your mouth, rip off the head, don't eat the head, it's yucky, it really is. But when you crunch down on the body, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
Really?
It really is. It really is. As I said, we'll send you the videos. Believe me, I'm not pulling your leg. It really does taste like peanut butter. But you see, we're made up of 3 islands, right?
Okay.
Right down the very, very bottom, there's a little island called Stewart Island. Then whoever else named New Zealand run out of imagination. They really did. They called the next one South. And then, of course, had to come, didn't it? North. You know what I mean? Couldn't think of a decent name to call either of the other islands. But okay, South and North, so it is. And down the west coast of the South Island, there's a place called Hokitika where they have a wild foods festival. Now, you're familiar with people, kids wandering around, candy floss, hot dogs. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, not there. No. Wild food's been said. You'll get the venisons, you'll get the wild boars and all that sort of foods. Love all of that. But you'll also get you'll see kids wandering around with a deep fried locust on a stick.
Oh my gosh.
Believe me, bro, they deep fry stuff you just shouldn't deep fry down there. I'm not kidding. They had mountain oysters one year on the menu as well. I sort of left that one alone. Look, for 20 years now, I've been saying to the management down there, you need a stand where you can dunk women in chocolate. I'll be there all day looking that stuff off, I really would, I'm not big on chocolate, but believe me.
Hey.
Hey.
I'd like a bit of Cadbury's, I really would.
No, that's in Australia.
Dear. Then we'll take you down to a place called Queenstown. Now, Queenstown is a little boutique kind of city. Want to be a city anyway. Believe me, it's a hairy ride in there in the plane. You really, that's interesting. It really, really is. But once you're down, and believe me, I've seen people kiss the ground sometimes getting off the plane. I really have. But, Shania Twain, for instance, owns property down there. You never know who you're going to bump into. Kevin Costner was down there not so long ago. Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise. Yeah, it's a place where they all go, all the A-listers, to go and run away from their friends and take their mates. You know what I mean?
Wow, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, honestly, you never know who you're going to bump into. But Dustin, you don't want to bump into me.
Stop.
No, I'll throw you off a bridge.
Oh.
Dustin, in Queenstown, and believe me, it is a party capital of the South Island, it really is. There's a thing called bungee jumping there.
Hey, I've always wanted to go bungee jumping, but I don't know what that bridge is like.
Oh, believe me, the bridge, no worries, it really isn't. And you're not Australian, so we'll attach the bungee.
Hey, that sounds good.
Believe me, it's a lot of fun, and I know the people who literally, AJ Hackett, he brought the concept of it to New Zealand many, many years ago. He's still a very, very close friend of mine, and we like to get together from time to time and, just throw people willy-nilly off a bridge. Love it. Might even put you in the swing, take you out over the gorge and stuff like that. Fantastic views, it really, really is. And the only thing you need to know is, at all times, you're safe. Okay?
Hey, As long as you tell me that, I'll do it.
Yeah, nice. Whereas, have you ever tried skydiving?
No.
Really? I've been doing it for about 37 years now. I've been, so basically I've done it once or twice. I'd be more than happy to throw you out of a plane.
Hey, let's do it.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Nice. I like that. I really do. At the same time, do you drink wine?
No, sir, I don't, but hey.
No, that's all good, because believe me, we've got some of the finest wines in the world here in New Zealand, as arguably the rest of the world. We can hold our head up very, very well in the industry there, and well, I'd like to be able to show you around some of the wineries as well. You know what I mean?
And do a and sing there.
I like that. Now I got to ask you, and believe me, it's a fan question, Dustin. What's your marital status? Are you single? Are you engaged or taken? Are you married?
Single.
You're single. Yeah.
Yes.
If you're coming to New Zealand, that won't last long. Believe me, it won't.
Yeah, I've got a good
These Kiwi
dating
girls would
service.
love you, my friend. They really, really would. And, well, you never know what we might be able to do. I've got a couple coming over from Norway to get married.
Wow.
Almost had two couples. Are you familiar with the band Autograph?
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, turn up your radio.
Yeah.
70s, 80s band, long hair band. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the then lead guitarist Steve, who's a friend of mine, and his then girlfriend Alina Rain, who took out the ISSA award for Female Entertainer of the Year yesterday. Right?
Wow.
They were going to come over and get married as well. Apparently, people want to get married and make me best man, which is really weird. I'm not best at anything, let alone man. The wife.
Hey, you find me somebody there when we're there. You're gonna be my best man too.
I tell you, my friend. I do stupid things like put my keys down. The missus will tell me where it is. I go and have a look. Nah, can't see it. Scan. You right? And the first thing she says to me is, "You look like a man."
Yeah.
There, they're there.
True. I agree.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, we do have redneck people here in New Zealand. We do, and well, I got to ask you, could a Kiwi redneck female? Do you know what she's thinking?
No, you want to fill me in on that?
Yeah, she's thinking what her man's thinking. What's he thinking? You know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know what a Kiwi redneck man is thinking?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Oh God.
Absolutely nothing. So, have you ever heard of a Zork?
No.
Okay, more alcohol involved in this one, believe me. Lots and lots of alcohol here because it's a lot of fun. It really, really is. It's a big, clear plastic round ball, and we'll put you in it, roll you down a hill.
All right.
Okay, and believe me, the more alcohol, we'll put some runners in front of you. So it's like running Skittles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that idea. The reason, alcohol, simply because when you roll over top of them, the looks on their faces is priceless. It really is. Lots and lots of fun. Are you familiar with Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Right. Now, where we are in this office right here in Komodo, we have 3 cities surrounding us pretty much. Rotorua, which is a traditional Maori city. It's a touristy city. It really, really is. And we're going to take you there and show you things. That's where the Zorb is, for instance, and even the Hell's Gate. All that sort of... You're familiar with Yellowstone National Park with the geysers and the bubbly muds and everything? Right there. We're going to take you there, show you around that. Just to one side of us, about, almost 35, 40 minutes away is a little fishing city called Whakatane, and just off the coast there, White Island, which blew up not so long ago. It's an active volcano, and killed people. It really, really did. Gone. You know what I mean? Fritzed them.
Wow. Yeah.
And then we have Tauranga, which is more of a shipping port city. You know what I'm saying? And we take logs and everything, because where we actually are a forestry town, and we mill a lot of the forestry around us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all of that, well, pretty much goes overseas. You can understand where that's going to end up, can't you? China, right? Yeah, absolutely. But it does. Anyway, we, right here at Galaxy, an hour and a half away, is the original set of Hobbiton, Middle Earth. We would love to show you around. Well, actually, the rest of the staff would love to show you around. I'm not allowed in anymore. The security guards know me too well.
Nah.
I got to warn you, if you're coming here, just keep in the back of your mind, bail money. If you're gonna hook up with Grant, shenanigans all over the place, yeah, bail money. You might need a bit.
Hey, I'll make sure to bring some extra just in case.
Nice, because you might actually need it. You never know. But at the same time, we'll take you to Auckland, our biggest city here in New Zealand. Now, again, once all this COVID virus thing's over and done with, because they're at level 3 there as we speak right now. We're only on level 2 where we are, but they're on level 3, and doesn't seem like they're following the rules too well up there either. You know what I mean? Everybody's getting out and going to the beach and having a good time. So okay, fair enough. You'll pay for it later. But we'll take you out on the harbour, have a meal. You know, take in the ambience. Believe me, it's a lot of fun. And I'm thinking maybe about 4 or 5 shows here in New Zealand. Now, let me be clear. This is also a selfish move, because we would like to be able to put some of our artists on stage as well. Give them the big stage feel as well. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So it'll be nice to be able to have you on these stages and have some of the Kiwis performing before you, getting everything all warmed up. Now, I spoke about Alina Ray winning the ISSA, which is the International Singer-Songwriter Association, for those that didn't know, award of being the Female Entertainer Artist of the Year. Now, yesterday, Dustin, you took out the male award. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I brought home the gold award for Male Single of the Year for my song Plus One. And this was my first year in the association, so I was super excited and humbled and honored to win that one. So,
well, I got to be honest with you. This is the second most requested song that we have here at Galaxy for Dustin Chapman. It really, really is. And that is 1,205 requests to this point. So, since we've been playing you, and believe me, and I know that you were number 52 on the iTunes country charts. Well,
yeah.
You're a lot higher here, literally. You've come down to the high 10s, you know, like 16 right now.
What?
And you're climbing. You really, really are. So right here at Galaxy 107 FM, for those of you that have been requesting Dustin Chapman's Plus One and Entertainer Artist of the Year, gold right here at Galaxy. Here's Plus One. How you feeling, Dustin? You okay?
Yeah, you just made my day with that. I did not know that.
Yeah, bro. As I said, we've been getting inundated. You blew up our internet, literally, and have been continuing to do so. Oh, my poor receptionist, I tell you. She's working her little fingers off.
Poor Sarah.
Poor Sarah. Yeah, poor Sarah.
You alright, Sarah?
That's super exciting.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Now, as I said to you, you get a copy of everything we do. You'll be able to...
Right.
I don't know whether you'll want to watch the video all over again. You know, that could be classed as torture, actually.
He might like to say some of the jokes to his mates.
Yeah, he might like to say some of the jokes to his mates.
You've already got Sarah doing it in, you know.
Okay, so Dustin, coming up next, things are going to take a little strange turn, to be honest, because we're going to go down the road of the 5 questions from the 50 Shades of Grant. Yeah. No. Believe me, it's a bit of humour. It really, really is. But I've just got to go and get something. I do. Hold on.
Okay.
Do you Yeah, but our election's now October the 17th.
Yeah, October the 17th is our election.
Gosh, I remembered.
Are you familiar with that kind of guy?
I've never seen that before.
You've never
They
seen
don't
it.
know about
You see,
referendums?
that's our election man. That
Okay.
goes on television. He looks great on radio, I've got to be honest.
Let's have a look.
Um,
Yeah, there he is.
Through the post, all that sort of thing. It indicates for New Zealand that
Voting.
there's an election coming up, and we're talking a governmental election, not just a local by-election. But this year, our politicians are stuck because they've got two major questions that have been put before them, and they don't know how to answer it. Now, my question is this. We put politicians in there to make the hard decisions, right?
I-
So why are we paying them if they're giving us a referendum that they can't decide on?
Right.
But, you know, I know a lot of the politicians. I really, really do. We've interviewed so many politicians over
Chris
the years and
Hipkins.
stuff. Chris Hipkins,
Yeah.
Peters, Winston Peters.
Yeah.
You know, we've done a plethora of them. Keeping in mind that they're all paid to lie to you just to get your vote. It makes life interesting when you come across somebody like me, because believe me, I like to have a laugh with these guys.
Right.
So, interesting. Let's go back to the desk, and then we're going to go down the 5 questions road, okay guys? You'll be sorry.
Nice song.
If I had my eyes open, I would have seen where this lay. 107
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 10 away from 12, 9 away from 12 o'clock, just switched over, 23 degrees downtown. I win today, and which is unusual. Usually it's Barbara, she usually trumps me every time, but not today. I think she felt sorry for me actually, and chose one below me. Monday, August the 17th, and I'm absolutely elated to have Dustin Chapman join me, coming out of North Carolina. Now, very, very talented young man. He really, really is. And I got to be honest with you, the next song that well, you know, within the first 30 seconds, you know,
Same.
and that is so important
Yeah.
if you're going to relate to a song, 30 seconds. And my staff know this. If it doesn't grab me in 30 seconds, I don't want to know, right? This one did. And I was absolutely blown backwards when I heard it. I really was. But before we get there, and you're going to love it, you really are, I got to let you know, believe me, it's not easy getting an interview here. Of course, you know the process Barbara gets, and she goes and takes it to production. Production and Barbara argue a bit, whittle it down, then it goes to a board. Now the board, 8 to 12 people, any given board meeting, and they're only interested in our image. Make sure it's got to be good. You know what I mean? If it isn't good, we don't want to know. Then it gets put onto a USB kind of device that gets handed to me, and I Bluetooth it to my stereo in my car. Now, I tell you why in my car is, first of all, nobody else can influence me of whether or not I want to do the interview. I base everything on the merits of the music. I don't have any information, don't know who it is or what the title of this track is. You know what I mean? So it's just got to be that. And usually 9, 10, 11 times out of 50, I'll go, nah, it's okay. We won't go there unless it grabs me, you know, and there's got to be something there that grabs me. Slow Dance did exactly that. It really, really did. But we're going to go down the road of 5 questions. By the way, the other reason why I do it in my car is, well, nobody else wants to drive with me. That's the truth. Apparently, people here think it's kind of weird going sideways.
Oh gosh, I wonder why.
I don't know. I don't mind it.
Hey.
Country boy, country roads, right?
Hey, I feel you.
Yeah. People go do crazy things in the mud with their trucks and cars and stuff like that. Well, you know,
Country lads.
nothing like a good old fire break. Literally. And I got to be honest, when I heard slow downs, I literally pulled the car over, opened up the car doors, put it back to start again, cracked a cold one, took in the ambience of the place, and absolutely just killed it, turned it up. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's what I like to hear, though. That's cool.
But that's the truth. That's what happened. It really did.
Wow.
Now, before we move on, and I've been mentioning the 5 questions from the 50 Shades of Grunt. Dustin, have you ever tried vegan sausages?
No, sir.
Okay, so you don't know whether they're made of real vegans?
No.
Kind of makes you worried about an Irish coffee now, doesn't it?
Hey, it does.
Yeah, they're made of real Irishmen. We could go down that, you know, baby oil made of real babies. Yeah. Believe me, we could go down that road all day.
If you meet a person.
Yeah, well, actually, I was talking to a vegan the other day. I asked him that, you know, and he says, Grant, you know, the problem is the vegan farmers. I went, really? He goes, yeah, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to milk the almonds.
Strange people.
Speechless. Look at that. He doesn't. He's going.
Ew.
Are you familiar with James Bond?
Yes.
Okay, Daniel Craig just completed his last appearance as James Bond not so long ago, but doing so, he broke his ankle. He took 12 weeks down, if you know what I mean, to be able to put his ankle together. And in that time, the manager, of course, this costs money, you know what I mean? The management are getting together, having a meeting with the franchise owners and everybody involved, putting, you know, money into it, sponsorships, everything like that. They had this huge meeting and decided that they wanted to change James Bond into a woman. Now, true deal, true deal. Now, the thing is, that went out around the world, and the whole world said, listen, you know, Ian Fleming wrote James Bond as James Bond a male. Leave Moneypenny as Moneypenny. Yeah, that's fine, but, you know, don't make her James or Jane Bond. You know what I mean? We don't need it. So, you know what they've done?
What?
They've compromised with the new James Bond. Yeah, now he's gay.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what they're going to call him? U7. Got to wonder what he's going to do with his Walter PPK, right?
Yeah, I wonder.
No, to be honest, he's going to be black, which is going to be something completely different. I like that. I really, really do. You know, thinking out of the box, but keeping within a box. Yeah, absolutely.
Next it'll be an Asian.
Sorry?
Next we'll have an Asian one.
An Asian James Bond?
Yeah, why not?
Well, I don't know. I'd like to see an Asian villain, actually.
No, it's
Haven't
gotta
had
be James Bond.
one of those yet. Really haven't had a lot of German ones. You know, haven't had an Asian villain. Really haven't. That would be fun. Had a couple of Russians.
Okay, well.
Had a female.
No.
Why not an Asian? I think that's a great idea.
An Asian James
Make
Bond.
phone calls, Barbara.
Yes, I'm
Make
going
phone
to.
Text people. Reach out.
Yeah, why not?
Make it happen. Tell them the galaxy says we want an Asian villain.
Every nationality.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? Let's bring the whole world into this. You know, apparently Donald Trump seems to think that there's going to be an invasion from off-world planets, off-world people coming. He's put up a space army these days.
Oh.
Now that just instantly tells the world everything about aliens and spacecraft is real. They've been lying.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It seems like it.
And at the same time, today his brother, age 72, passed away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, stunning. Absolutely stunning. He can't even take time out of his campaigning to go to his own brother's funeral. Apparently, he's not even going to go. Not what I would. I would never have picked that one. Even though we kind of make fun the man here at Galaxy. We really, really do. I mean, that thing on top of his head is... I wonder if they've named it yet. Just wondering what they feed it. Does it come with its own room? You know, that thing on top of his head?
Oh gosh.
You lost him.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think that's the thing that rules the country. I really do.
Things like it.
Yeah, all the rest of it, you know, it's sort of manipulated by, you know, this thing on, you know, it could be an alien, you never know.
Hey,
Oh, she's nutty today.
Well, you know, talking about Donald Trump, are you familiar with the British Prime Minister?
I'm not.
Okay, his name is Boris Johnson. Much like Donald Trump, same sort of kind of hairstyle. You really don't want to see them in the wind together. To be honest, that would be weird. But here in New Zealand, our Prime Minister is actually Jacinda Ardern. Now, we're looking at coming up to an election just being put back 4 weeks because of what we're going through right now. But believe October 17th?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And believe me, we love Jacinda Ardern here for what she's been doing, and literally think that she needs an award for her humanitarianism, to be very honest with you. And in Germany, there's Chancellor Angela Merkel. And then, of course, your country, which is Donald Trump. Which is the odd one out?
Probably ours, I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know, he is the colour of his almost impeachment, isn't he?
Hey, that's true.
Just wondering if he glows in the dark with that thing. I mean, you have a look at him, as soon as he closes his eyes, there's these white rings around things. You know, you just got to wonder. What's he doing? You really do. Plus that thing on his head, you know, that runs the country. It really does. All the rest, you know, it's like fingers. It's a live thing. It's got all of these little fingers that go down into his brain and makes his feet walk.
Oh no, Brian, you're silly today.
I told you we give them a bit of stick, but not as much as we give Australians, believe me. And I've been kind today. I haven't really mentioned Australians except for maybe once when I wanted to throw Dustin off a bridge.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So feel nice today, Australia. You know, I was talking to an Australian female the other day and she goes, you know, Grant, we kind of liken this COVID virus thing to the Spice Girls. I don't know whether you would remember them.
I do a little bit. I was pretty young.
Okay, well, apparently the Australians are doing fine, except Victoria.
Oh, gosh.
You can use these jokes anytime you want, believe me.
Once y'all send me this video, I'm going to keep them all.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, having said that, now, I did mention that we're coming up to an election, and I introduced you to our election guide,
yes.
right? That's what New Zealand sees everywhere in the post and on TV, you know, reminding us we've got an election coming up, which has been put out now to October 17th. But in that election, a lot of things are being changed, and two of the questions that we have here that the government can't make up their decisions on, so they're going to put it when they get elected to a referendum, which is basically this one, which is, I think, fascinating. I really do. I'll give you to the camera first, and then I'll let you have a look.
Okay.
Yeah, the cannabis legalisation and control referendum. How would you feel if you were legalising marijuana where you were right now?
I don't know. I think there's uses for it in the medical field and stuff. And I mean, if no one's harming me by it, but it's not for me personally, you know. So
I get it, and believe me, I really do get it. But yes, honest mirror, I kind of like it to be able to be a medical thing, if you know what I mean. Which is great. Which is great. It really, really is. Now, are you familiar with those old people little footpath cart things that they go driving down the road, almost running you over on the footpath with? Little old people.
Yeah.
Many little golf cart things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dangerous people in those things. They really, really are. But I had one zooming up behind me the other day, little candy apple red, you know, complete with the flag, and this guy's going, Grant. And going, what's up, mate? And he goes, this legalised marijuana referendum. I went, yeah. He goes, you know, marijuana oil is good for your joints. I went, really? Didn't know. Okay, and the second one, and I thought that was a very adult response to the question, I really do, so thank you for playing along. But the second one is rather interesting as well, and this one, believe me, even just not so long ago, a couple of days ago, there was a 1,000 people doing a protest down in Christchurch, stupid place, you know, stupid to go and protest right now. You should be at home looking after yourself. But check this out. This is the end of life choice referendum. Now, for me, I can see the benefits of this. I really, really can. In its merits. How do you feel about that?
Can you explain it to me a little bit?
Okay, well, you know, if you've got grandma and she's been on a life support system now for some time, doesn't look like she's ever going to pull through, and she requests to have the plug pulled, this law allows people to do it under the right circumstances. You know, it's not something where we're going to kill people off because we want their will. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, if you look at it this way, we put animals down to be humane at the end of their term. But we keep old people and people that are basically vegetables, all that sort of thing, around for what reason? Sentimental reasons? Because they're in pain? Should we give them the right to end that life?
I mean, I think if they're in their same mental state and that's their decision, you know, so.
Exactly. I do too. And I think it's a great thing. I really, really do. But believe me, there's a lot of people opposed to it in this country as well. Seriously, I think they're scared. To be very honest, it's time to stand up and make the right decisions. I really, really do. But having said that, Dustin, I want to die pretty much like my grandfather did, in his sleep, unlike the passengers in his car screaming at the time.
So,
It's true, I do. I do.
sick.
You know, I absolutely think that you're the modern Michael Bublé of country sometimes, but sometimes then, and the very first song I ever heard really took me for a bit of a slow dance. It really, really did. I absolutely went down that road with this particular track. How did you make me do that?
Well, this song for me, it came from a place of rejection, kind of. I had made it very far into a very big opportunity in terms of a television show here. And in this show, I can't really give specifics about it because I signed the contract, but you sing for celebrity judges, if you get what I'm talking about, and all that stuff. And right before I had been chosen to do that, I was the last person that they told that they weren't selecting for that process because they told me they thought I was too sick. So I decided to sit down that night that they called me and write this song, and I wanted to write something that would prove them wrong and prove that they can't place a limitation on me because of what I have or what I go through. So I said I'm going to write a killer song, and I'm very proud of it. So it's been able, a lot of people's been able to relate to it. So that's really cool that you just told me that right there.
Well, it's the truth, and as I said to you, I listened to you, and believe me, I got a kick-ass stereo in my car. I really, really do.
Yeah.
But when I got back, I went to production. Production brought it up on video for me, reaffirmed exactly what I needed to know is Dustin Chapman's Slow Dance is going to be a hit here at Galaxy. Now, I've got to let you know, 62 countries, 94 cities are tuned in around the world right now, including Kipwe in Zambia. And everybody is absolutely loving this track. 1,781 requests since we've been playing it. Believe me, it is going through the roof. Ladies and gentlemen, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM with Dustin Chapman live and Slow Dance. How you feeling, Dustin? You okay?
All right.
Nice, nice.
That is so cool. So cool.
Totally true. Totally true. Believe me, all the stats that come to me through my headphones and everything, 100% accurate. They really are. So, and we'll wrap it up after this, but don't go anywhere because we do a couple of things after this. With the amount of people that go to our website, tune in, if you know what I mean. They don't just live stream us. Yeah,
Right.
You know, they go and have a look through our pages. Sometimes stuff, and I feel very oogled. I've got to be honest with you. But we do a shout outs on the home page.
Okay.
People go and look at it, and before you know it, you've got another 5,000 Twitter fans.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I got to be honest with
I
you.
don't know about Twitter, but some of the others would be.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already got 5,000 Facebook fans by telling people that he already responds. Stupid man. Yeah, you'll never get a game of golf in that way, bro.
Yeah.
You really won't. But we'll put you on our website as well. Having said that, are you familiar with the Galaxy Artist page?
Not too familiar. If you want to run me through it, that'd be
Okay,
great.
I'll get Barbara to give you the details, but it's on Facebook, Galaxy Artist
All right.
page. It's there for artists like yourself. If you've got gigs, if you've got a new song, if you've got a promotion that you want
Silly photos.
silly photos,
Yeah.
literally, you know.
Promos.
Well, whatever you want to, it's there for the artist to use. You know what I mean?
Facebook
Now,
gigs.
Dustin, people look at that.
Okay.
They really look in there.
It'd be more
believe
in
me.
the Galaxy
So
107
before you know it,
FM
you're going to
group.
adopt a few more fans.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
So believe
Yeah.
me. At the same time, if you've got a recordable 58, how would you like to do me a couple of voiceovers? Like, hi, this is Dustin Chapman from North Carolina. You can listen to me on Galaxy 107 FM, something like that.
Yeah. I just email you that, or
Yeah. Give it to give it to Barbara.
okay.
He's got
Okay.
my email.
You've got her email address. But that keeps you rolling here at Galaxy. Just saying your name. People are listening. They go and
Right.
look. They go and find out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's all about how we can help promote you, promote your name, your brand, whatever. And I want to talk to you about branding, if you've
All
got
right.
a brand, because we would love to be able to have a look at trying to get your brand out there as much as possible as well. You know what I mean?
I appreciate.
Oh, believe me. And doing what we're doing. People look at what I'm wearing.
Right.
Right. Today I'm wearing actually some very, very close friends of ours coming out of New York. Voices of Extreme. And
Ex-Anthrax.
well, you know, Voices of Extreme.
Yeah.
Donnie Chaffin and of course Stephen G. Knight. Brilliant bass player, Stephen. Absolutely.
wow.
And a good friend of ours. He lives in Houston but goes to New York.
Yeah.
Is it Long Island?
Yeah.
Long Island. Yeah, he goes and stays in Long Island. Anyway, let's get back to this.
All right.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 13 after 12 o'clock. It is 23.2 degrees, we call it 23, and absolutely stunning, stunning day. It really, really is. Go out and enjoy it, literally. But be sociable, responsible, right? Yeah, you know what I mean. Bit of distance there. Doesn't mean to say we don't love you. We just don't want to kill you. Monday, August 17th, and well, I'm absolutely elated to have been talking to Dustin Chapman coming out of North Carolina. And Dustin, for me, I got to ask you, right now it's surreal times with this COVID virus thing. Are you doing more recording? Are you doing more writing right now?
Definitely more writing and recording. Doing a little bit of gigs are starting to pick back up where I'm at just a little bit, not a lot, but so doing a little bit here and there, but definitely more writing and recording. So more music's on the way.
Well, I'm going to say to you, how would you like to pass it down to us? Because we would love to catch up again. Will you come back again? Put yourself through this, will you?
Yeah, you tell me when, I'm there.
All right, I love that. I really, really do. Now, having said that, we did say that you were on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and all those sort of things, but do you have a website?
Yep, DustinChapmanMusic.com.
Nice. Now, on your website, do you have a merch store?
There is a place to buy some shirts and stuff, so.
That is cool because, well, now you're going to, at least sell one t-shirt.
Hey, all right.
You never know. One's worth something anyway. But having said that, how would you like to send us maybe a couple of copies of your EPs or EP? Yeah. A number of copies so that we could do a giveaway. Keep you rolling here at Galaxy. We want to keep Dustin Chapman in the ears of our audio audience. You know what I'm saying? You're important to us. And at the same time, how about throwing in a couple of t-shirts, a couple to give away, maybe one, because, strangely enough, they do look at these. And by the way, if you're going to look at this on YouTube later on, smash the like button, hit the subby button, yep, and tickle that bell as well. Believe me, you'll get annoyed when we continue to do these interviews and you'll know about it, which is weird. You don't want to do that, but do it anyway, right? Yeah, you know what I mean. Subscribe. Get it in there. But we would love to be able to follow you and absolutely put your brand out there. And those of you who do, they kind of have a look and, well, you never know, you might actually sell a couple of koozies or something like that.
Hey, that sounds great for me.
Awesome. Pocket money to be able to get over here in New Zealand. And
hey.
I'm going to talk to you more about getting over here in New Zealand after we do this, Dustin, because believe me, I have a plan.
All right.
All right? And be afraid. Be very afraid. But believe me, this could just be Muhammad coming down from the mountain to meet you. You never know. It's how you approach it. And there's no harm in talking, right?
Hey, that's right.
Exactly. Opportunities. That's the way I look at it. So,
definitely.
Hang in there. Don't go anywhere just yet. But Dustin Chapman, thank you so much for joining us here at Galaxy. Please come back again, won't you?
Anytime.
Very, very cool. Dustin Chapman, ladies and gentlemen.
Galaxy 107 FM.